Hello guys and girls, I am SimUK and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about VoiceAttack. Now VoiceAttack is a fantastic bit of kit that I've had in my arsenal for a number of years now. Back when I first started YouTube, a number of people said to me, you've got to get VoiceAttack and it will really transform your game experience. So I went off, I bought it, I think it was about less than £10 I think. And I grabbed this VoiceAttack app, stuck it in my downloaded apps to look at, and completely forgot about it. Never went back to it at all. Now I've started playing Elite Dangerous. People are again saying VoiceAttack. And VoiceAttack for things like Elite Dangerous are actually even more enhanced. There are additional sound packs that you can download from a third-party source, which add even more immersion and entertainment into the whole experience. But today, this is my first time of looking at VoiceAttack. I'm going to try and install it and maybe set something up. And this isn't really a tutorial. This is basically my first look. So maybe further down the line, I can give you a comprehensive tutorial, but this video is at least going to be me trying to set this up. Now, my VoiceAttack version is bought directly from the website rather than from Steam. So if I can just quickly bring that up. So this is the VoiceAttack website. You can purchase it from here. There's also a demo available that you can download and try for free. So it's $10 US, and there's quite a few documentaries on how to, etc, etc, etc. How to nest commands and stuff. And also VoiceAttack has a number of updates that they've released, further enhancing the capabilities and the capability of understanding your voice within VoiceAttack. So yeah, I bought my VoiceAttack version directly from the website a number of years ago. You can't then use that key to activate it on Steam. So I don't know which one is better. I honestly can't say. I haven't tried both. I keep thinking maybe I should contact VoiceAttack and just ask them to send me a Steam key so that I can compare the two and give you an honest feedback. I might do that in the future. I don't know how relevant it would be. But anyway, the version I am using is 100% directly from VoiceAttack itself. And if I just double click on VoiceAttack app, obviously you have to install it like any old application, and you can see we get this pop-up thing which you can choose to turn off. But literally this is my first look, so I mean it's quite useful having this stuff available to me. Windows security may prevent VoiceAttack from working. Here's a pro tip. Okay, there's lots of these. Oh look, it's listening to me already. So if I say something, you'll see it pops up on the screen. Now, that is not accurate at the moment. VoiceAttack is not accurate at the moment. Sometimes it is. Sometimes appears. You see, it doesn't quite 100%. It doesn't quite 100% pick me up. So, over here you've got some controls. And by clicking on this, you basically turn this off so it stops listening to you. Now, VoiceAttack is quite clever in a number of ways. One of the things they have added is stuff like this. So it stops listening to you. 300 seconds of no audio activity. It will turn itself off. That's a good little feature there. And they've added a whole bunch of these things. But the one I was looking for was there's like a watershed level that you can put in. So if a VoiceAttack is 100% certain it's understood you, then it will activate the relevant control that you've bound to that statement. But if it's sort of 30-40%, it won't. So that's quite a good feature. I've got to find it. It's in here somewhere. Edit profiles. So you can create profiles, refresh this list. Okay, Program Manager, Steam. And this is cool as well. You can have multiple keybinds. So there if you bind a key on your controller, when you press that key, it will start listening to you and not before. That's quite a cool feature. That stops it sort of listening to every single word you say in the background, and perhaps even potentially accidentally activating certain commands when you don't want them to. So let's say, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh God, this could be disastrous. Let's go to training. Let's go for training missions. Let's go for... Okay, cancel that. Let's go for challenge scenarios. Let's go docking practice. And then we can see how this all works together. Oh my God.
We didn't grant you permission to enter, Commander. Turn around now.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's back out of here a second. Don't particularly want to be shot out the sky. Right, so we'll be rebinding everything at some point, because obviously this is not ideal. Let's start with something simple. Let's go options, controls. Interesting. What we need is the ability to drop landing gear. There we go. So joystick 9 is currently the landing gear button. I'm going to change that to G and apply that. It's not changing it to G, it's adding an additional one. So we'll just pop out of this a second and we'll come over here and we'll create a new command. Let's bring this over here so you can see it. A new command called deploy landing gear. And we'll put a comma in and we'll say landing gear, and another comma and say lower gear. Okay, so when I say any of those things, key press, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So I could do a recorder, start recording, press button G. Okay. Okay. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear. So you see that's in there now. Click on done. Deploy landing gear. So that seems to have recognized it. It says unrecognized. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear. All right. Are you listening? Why is everything unrecognized? I am now speaking to my computer. The computer is learning the sound of my voice as I speak. This will help the computer better recognize what I say. Again. Another way to improve your dictation experience is to learn advanced commands. If there are two instances of the word apple in the document, and you say select apple, you will see that each instance of the word apple has a box over it. This concludes the speech recognition background information training session. This concludes the speech recognition background information training session. This concludes the speech recognition background information training session. Peter dictates to his computer. He prefers it to typing and particularly prefers it to pen and paper. So let's make a new profile. And we'll call this Elite Dangerous. That seems to make sense. So we'll add a new command. Okay, so that should be in there now. Gear down. Gear down. You can see it's reading it okay. Gear down. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear. Try that. Deploy landing gear. So that worked. Deploy landing gear. So that's quite effective. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear. So that is actively working. Although it's misreading what I'm saying, it is actually working. So that is interesting, isn't it? So let's go in here. Delete that. Say done. Up there. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear. Deploy landing gear. Now that should come up. So I'm guessing where I've added all those extra ones, we've kind of broken it a tad. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Deploy landing gear. Okay, that's interesting. That is really interesting.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
So actually that's really effective. Deploy landing gear.
Gear deployed.
Landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
So there you go. It works perfectly. But for some reason I can't put multiple commands in there at the moment. So, take off. Lift off. Lift off. Lift off. Oh, we're going to struggle here. I'm not sure why it doesn't understand what I'm saying so badly. Lift off. Okay, so in here, we're going to say options, controls. This is very much experimentation right now. Flight landing override. So pitch up. We don't want to pitch. We want vertical thrust up. Let's give this a go.
Commander. Slow down. You've been approved. Head on over to pad 4-3.
4-3. Coming in on the green. Landing gear. That worked pretty well.
You're about 500 meters away now.
Takeoff.
Safe and sound.
Let's go into the game and see if we can't figure some stuff out. Takeoff.
Landing coupler deactivated. Exit is clear.
Liftoff. Pilot, liftoff.
Landing gear retracted.
There you go. That's what I was trying to achieve. And that's actually worked very, very well. Maybe I need a few seconds more. Vertical thrust. But that actually worked incredibly well. Obviously it's going to take some time to really get this working the way I want it to.
Continue on this vector. Approach is good.
Bay 1, huh? Wow, that's pretty smack down below me, isn't it?
Starport extends a warm welcome to the arrivals of this facility and Godspeed to departures.
Gear down.
Attention, landing gear not deployed.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Starport to all vessels. If you are attempting to procedure with a down slope,
Pretty bloody ugly landing. But I'm not too worried about that.
Successful. You are cleared to disembark.
Pilot takeoff.
Landing lock disengaged. Your way is clear to depart.
Pilot takeoff. Oh, pilot liftoff. Pilot liftoff.
this facility offers a range of services. Check your info after docking for
Landing gear retracted.
Okay, so let's go back down.
access to docking facilities requires Starport authorization. Please submit request
Whoa, 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 whoa. Landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Pilot liftoff. So we need to do that for longer. Interesting. Oh, I think we hit something on the side there. Pilot, take off.
Started. In order to keep my
Pilot, lift off.
please follow standard operating procedures and start permissions before entering the starport.
Landing gear retracted.
Even that's not long enough. Keep switching back to the game. Okay, let's try this one more time. Landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Here we go. Pilot, lift off. Pilot, lift off.
Star call to all vessels. Check your speed inside the document.
Landing gear retracted.
So yeah, I mean, it kind of works. Pretty much.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh Christ. Oh Christ.
Landing
I-
gear retracted.
I do believe that voice attack activated that twice. Now whether it was delayed, oh my god.
You are not authorized to access this area. Leave
Oh my
station
God.
confines at once.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, you can easily get yourself into trouble. So it seems. I got a fine then. Wow.
Landing gear retracted.
Anonymous access. Goodness me. Okay, so we caused ourselves a bit of trouble there.
You are now clear of station restrictions. Starcon looks forward to receiving you again.
That was pretty disastrous. Probably better to test this on a planet. But you can see it does work. Landing gear. Landing gear. Okay, so for a first look, I'd say that was mostly successful. Obviously, voice attack needs to be trained. Obviously, I myself need to be trained to learn the commands and stuff. But mostly that was successful. I mean, we nearly lost my ship there. We nearly got killed and we took a fine, and now we have anonymous access alert against us in this station, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll find a landing pad on a planet somewhere and do some further testing there. And once I feel like I've got some sort of control over things, then I think I'll be able to maybe create some tutorials for you guys. But as a first look, I'd say that was semi-successful. Not by any means perfect, certainly not straightforward, and quite a bit more needs to be learnt